ओके, तुम्हाला ब्लॅक स्क्रीन दिसतीये का?
हो.
हाँ सर.
हाँ, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. So we shall start with new unit. First unit we have already finished. That was integumentary system and its derivatives. On that unit, as I already told you, that we will arrange one unit test of 25 marks, include 25 questions, and that will be scheduled in this week. ह्या वीक मध्ये मला वाटतं आता आज एक लेक्चर झालं की नंतर मला लेक्चर नाही आहे, पण आपण ते शेड्यूल करू शकतो गुरुवारी किंवा शुक्रवारी या पिरियडमध्ये, अपार्ट फ्रॉम लेक्चर. ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम रेग्युलर लेक्चर एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर आपण शेड्यूल करू. त्यावेळेला तुम्हाला ते ती जी युनिट टेस्ट आहे ती देता येईल. याचा अर्थ ही युनिट टेस्ट तुमची कशावर होणार नाही, गुगल क्लासरूमवर होणार नाही, की ज्याच्यावर तुम्ही क्वेश्चन बघाल आणि ते क्वेश्चन बघून गुगलवर प्रश्नाचे जे आन्सर शोधून पटकन त्याचे आन्सर्स लिहून टाकाल किंवा सबमिट कराल आणि ते आन्सर लगेच मित्रांना मैत्रिणींना कळवाल, की जेणेकरून बाकीच्यांना पण भरपूर मार्क्स पडावेत. अंडरस्टँडिंग 0. त्यामुळे असं नाही करायचं. यावेळेला आपण लाईव्ह टेस्ट घ्यायची. लाईव्ह टेस्टसाठी एक लिंक मी तुम्हाला शेअर करीन. त्या लिंकवर तुम्ही काय करायचं आहे, क्लिक करायचं आणि डायरेक्ट तुम्हाला ते त्या सॉफ्टवेअरवर घेऊन जाईल आणि तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन दिसेल, तुम्हाला आन्सर्स दिसतील, तिथं तुम्ही क्लिक करायचं आहे. ते आन्सर्स जे तुम्ही क्लिक केलेले असतील ते सगळे मला ॲट अ टाइम त्याच वेळेला दिसणार आहेत. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये जास्त वेळ देता येणार नाही. त्यामुळे तो रेग्युलर लेक्चरला आपण ती टेस्ट कंडक्ट करणार आहोत. बघूया किती जणांना कशा पद्धतीचं अंडरस्टँडिंग झालेलं आहे. नोट मागच्या युनिटची, पहिल्या युनिटची मी तुम्हाला आधीच प्रोव्हाइड केलेली आहे. त्या नोटचा अभ्यास करा आणि येणाऱ्या टेस्टला तयार राहा. त्याची तारीख तुम्हाला म्हणजे डेट आज किंवा उद्या या 2च दिवसात. आज आहे मंगळवार. आजच मी तुम्हाला संध्याकाळी गुगल क्लासरूमवर पोस्ट करेन किंवा आपल्या ग्रुपवर पोस्ट करेन. कुठेही तुम्ही बघू शकता, दोन्हीकडे बघू शकता. आणि त्यावेळेला तुम्ही ती टेस्ट द्यायची आहे. लाईव्ह टेस्ट असेल. ठीक आहे, तर आपण आता पुढच्या युनिटकडे जाऊया. सेकंड युनिट आहे ह्युमन ऑस्टिओलॉजी. मी इथं ब्लॅकबोर्ड घेतलेला आहे, याच्यावर थोडंसं रायटिंग करेन की जेणेकरून तुम्हाला समजेल. आता जे काही मुद्दे मी इथे लिहीन तुम्ही सुद्धा वहीमध्ये तुमच्या लिहून घ्या. टायटल आहे ह्युमन ऑस्टिओलॉजी. This is the title of next unit. Now, what is the main objective to learn this osteology topic? It is to introduce the learner, means you people, to different bones of human skeleton and their functional importance. In this topic, we will learn what are the different types of bones we have and what is their function related with the positions. And at the end of this chapter, or at the end of this unit, you will learn to understand, and you will also understand the structure, types, and functions of human skeleton. Human skeletonचा type, structure, and function हे तिन्ही तुम्ही शिकलेला असाल. Now, what do you mean by osteology first? So, the question arises, what is osteology? सांगा बरं, कोणी पण एकाने सांगा ऑस्टिओलॉजी म्हणजे काय? नाही सांगताय. आता बोललो ना मी, लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह जे आहे ते ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह काय आहे, तर ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आहे टू लर्न डिफरंट बोन ऑफ ह्युमन स्केलेटन अँड देअर फंक्शन. मग ऑस्टिओलॉजी म्हणजे काय?
हाडांचा अभ्यास.
परत एकदा सांग बाळ, ऐकू आलं नाही मला.
माणसांच्या हाडांचा अभ्यास.
हा, मराठीत झालं, इंग्लिश मध्ये सांग ना हेच.
ह्युमन्स बोन स्टडी ऑफ बोन्स. ह्युमन बोन्स.
Sir, structure and bones.
स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ बोन्स. बर, अजून? ठीक आहे, ठीक आहे. एनिवेज, यू आर ऑलमोस्ट करेक्ट. आपण थोडंसं त्याला इलॅबोरेट करू आणि प्रॉपर लिहूया. यू कॅन राईट डाऊन इन युअर नोटबुक. ऑस्टिओलॉजी is the scientific study of bones. Scientific study of bones, comma, structure, comma, skeletal elements. Skeletal elements and function. And function. Full stop. So what do you mean by osteology? Osteology is defined as it is the study of bones or scientific study of bones, structure, skeletal elements and function is called as osteology. म्हणजे या युनिटमध्ये आपल्याला फक्त बोन्स स्टडी करायचं असं नाही. वी आर नॉट रिस्ट्रिक्टेड टू द बोन्स, but we will also study their structure, the skeletal elements. The skeletal elements means apart from bones, there are some other things also which help in the process of locomotion, which helps or supplement the bones. Those are, for example, the cartilage. Isn't it? Cartilage is very essential, or it is associated with the bones. That's why cartilage is also essential part. We will also study cartilage and some other elements, micro elements are also present inside. Those we will study, and of course their function of the bones as well as skeletal elements, and that will contribute in learning osteology. Now this bony skeleton that we have in our body, there are several bones present in our body and they are not directly connected with each other, but they are spaced with each other. त्यांच्यामध्ये स्पेसेस आहेत. प्रत्येक बोन हे वेगवेगळे आहे, but still our body is a unique one, or your body is not disconnected very easily. The reason is the skeletal elements present in the body. Okay, I will remove all the things whatever written now. You can write down earlier. If you have written, no problem. I will write once again. Now tell me, how many bones are present in the human body? Number of bones present in the human body.
206.
206. Very good. Who said? Kun bolla?
Aditi.
Very good. Aditi, very good. So number of bones are 206. Everybody should know because you are watching TV regularly, and there is one commercial advertisement in which Salman Khan is there. You must have saw this. I think it was a thumbs up advertisement, and he asked that was one of the students, how many bones are there in the body? So you must have known 206 is the correct number. So these 206 bones we will learn in this unit. All these 206 bones. Every bone it has a speciality. Every bone has a characteristic feature and its location. It is located at different sites. So these 206 bones have a specific structure and not physically but also histologically. Now what is histology? Histology of bones. I'm interested in histology of bones. But what is histology first? Study of internal structure of any organ. कुठल्याही ऑर्गनचं इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर जे आहे ते आपण सेक्शनल फॉर्म मध्ये स्टडी करू शकतो. अशा ब्रांचला हिस्टॉलॉजी असं म्हणतात. आयदर वी कॅन सी TS or VS or LS means transverse section, vertical section, longitudinal section. सेक्शनल व्ह्यू जेव्हा आपण स्टडी करतो एखाद्या ऑर्गनचा त्याला तो स्टडी आपण हिस्टॉलॉजी या ब्रांचच्या अंडर स्टडी करतो. आपण मागच्या युनिटमध्ये ट्रान्सफर सेक्शन ऑफ स्किन स्टडी केलेलं होतं. in which we have seen epidermis, dermis, hypodermis. How we could have saw that sectional view? आपण तो सेक्शन घेतल्याशिवाय ट्रान्सफर सेक्शन घेतल्याशिवाय आणि मायक्रोस्कोप खाली बघितल्याशिवाय आपल्याला ते एपिडर्मिस डर्मिस हे सेपरेट दिसले नसते. That is being studied under histology. So similarly, bones can be also studied in similar manner by histological sectioning, and this is called as a transverse section of bones. आता याच्यामध्ये काय काय दिसतं किंवा बोन्स कसे तयार झालेले आहेत त्यांच्यामध्ये काय काय असतं त्याचा स्टडी करू. Bones are very strong, they are very flexible as well as semi-rigid. So not only strong, not only hard, but they are also slightly flexible also. They are semi-rigid and they are supporting tissue. So bones are strong, no doubt. They are hard, but flexible also. Now this flexibility can be seen in the young one or in the embryonic stage. During embryonic development, bones are very flexible. They are like elastic tissues. But as we take birth and as we grow, the calcification takes place and bones become hard. So these bones are simply supporting tissues. They are called as supporting tissues. जसं आपण बघा ब्लडला म्हणतो कनेक्टिव्ह टिश्यूज की जे आपल्या ब्लड व्हेसल्स मध्ये रन होतात. इथं तसं हे टिश्यूज कसले आहेत जर तुम्हाला कोणी विचारलं what type of tissue the bone is, you should say it is a supporting tissue because it supports our body organs and it provides shape to our body. So it is a supporting tissue. Now this bone is made up of two things. One, cells, and second, extracellular matrix. Cells and extracellular matrix. You can write in your notebook bones are made up of two things or two materials. One is cells and other is extracellular material. एका बाजूला सेल्स लिहिले, दुसऱ्या बाजूला एक्स्ट्रा सेल्युलर म्हटले. याचा अर्थ तो आहे इट इज एक्स्ट्रा अपार्ट फ्रॉम सेल्स, काहीतरी वेगळं कंटेंट सुद्धा बोन्स मध्ये प्रेझेंट आहे. कुठले कुठले ते बघूया. Cells are the bone cells which are called as osteoblast. One is osteoblast and second is osteocytes. Spelling OSTEOCYTES, osteocytes, osteoblast and osteocytes. These are the two types of cells present in the bones. They make our bones. And what about extracellular matrix? It is made up of some organic matrix. Now this organic matrix contains which chemicals or which components? इथं आपण खाली लिहू शकतो organic matrix. What are those matrices present in the extracellular material? Number one, I'll write here. Number one, proteoglycans. You can write proteoglycans. Number two, glycosaminoglycans. Glycosaminoglycans. Number three, glycoproteins. Glycoproteins. Number four, osteonectin. These are very important components, so you must mind very well. Osteonectins. And osteocalcin. Number five, osteocalcin. I hope you have written all these organic matrices. I'll repeat again. The bones are made up of cells and extracellular matrix. Cells are of two types, osteoblast and osteocytes. Osteoblast and osteocytes, whereas extracellular matrix is composed of organic matrix, and that organic matrices are several proteoglycans, second glycosaminoglycans, third glycoproteins, fourth osteonectins, and fifth osteocalcin. Fifth one, osteocalcin. I hope everybody have written properly the spellings of all these matrices. You must also pronounce it properly, because whenever I will ask you the question related with this once again, whenever we will go in the next part of the topic, I may ask you the previous questions. On that basis, you must have properly pronounced all these matrices. Got it then? These are the two things which are present in the bones. Apart from that, The sorry. These organic matrices also contain collagen fibers. Okay, collagen fibers. I'll remove this and I'll write collagen fibers are present. This matrix also possess 25% water and about 70% new minerals. So it also contain water, minerals. These minerals are, which are those minerals? These are calcium and phosphate ions. Calcium and phosphate ions. Whenever the calcium and phosphate ions increase in the amount in the bones, at that time the calcification process takes place. Calcification means conversion of that semi-solid components or semi-solid matrix into hard bone. Okay, calcification means conversion of the semi-solid matrix into harder part. So for this, calcium and phosphate ion level is very important. That's why so many people are saying, or even doctors also advise, that level of calcium present in your body must be at higher, and along with that, phosphate level should be also at the high level. Then and then you can able to understand, you can able to manage the strength of the bones. Strength of the bones. जर कॅल्शियम आणि फॉस्फेटची लेवल चांगली असेल तुमच्या बोन्समध्ये तर हाडं ठिसूळ होणार नाही. त्यांची स्ट्रेंथ चांगली टिकून राहील. ते हार्ड राहतील आणि सहजासहजी ब्रेक होणार नाही. So this is the structural part. What exactly, rather than structural, we can say components present in the bones. I once again repeat for you. Bone structure is made up of cells and extracellular matrix. Cells are of two types, osteoblast and osteocytes, whereas extracellular components are organic components as well as collagen fibers, water, minerals, calcium, and minerals are specifically calcium and phosphate ions. They make the total bone structure. Got it? I hope this is clear for you. Now we shall see the next point, that is the physical properties of the bones. Physical properties of bones. I will write here in short, but you will write in detail in your notebook. I will tell you which points to be written. Number one, you can write under physical properties. Bone is the hard structure of human body. Bone is the hard structure of human body. Number two, it possesses a certain degree of toughness and elasticity. It possesses certain degree of toughness and elasticity. Third point, in fresh state, the bone is pinkish dash white, pinkish dash white, externally, and deep red inside, deep red inside. Fourth point, it is composed of two kinds of tissues. It is composed of two kinds of tissues. First, compact tissue, and second, cancellous. इथं लिहितोय मी cancellous, CANCELLLOUS, cancellous tissue. Okay, compact and cancellous tissue. Then fifth point, the compact tissue is placed exterior of the bone. Compact tissue is present exterior of the bone or placed mana. The compact tissue is placed on the exterior of the bone. Cancellous tissue is present interior. Sixth point, the texture of compact and cancellous tissue, the texture of compact and cancellous tissue varies in different bones, varies in different bones and in different parts of the same bone, and different parts of the same bone. Next point, compact tissue is porous. Compact is porous, whereas cancellous tissue is having large cavities. Okay. So whatever you have written, it is about its physical form. Bones are very hard, as we know, Why they hard? The reason we have discussed a little earlier, that is due to the calcification of the calcium and phosphate ions, and that's why the bone is very hard. Second one you have written is about its toughness and elasticity. It is very tough. It is elastic also. The elasticity is seen in the embryonic development. Third, you have written about its fresh state. Whenever it is formed, normally in the embryonic development again, the bone whenever it is in fresh state, the bone is pinkish white color. Externally it has a pinkish white color, whereas inside it has a deep red color. It is made up of two kinds of tissues. The first tissue is a compact tissue. The second tissue is a cancellous tissue. The compact tissue is very porous. It is very dense in texture. It is like ivory, whereas the cancellous tissue consists of slender fibers and lamellae, and that is why it is having large cavities inside. This compact tissue is present outside the surface of the bone. म्हणजे बाहेरचं बोनचं स्ट्रक्चर जे आहे, बाहेरचा सरफेस जो आहे तो कॉम्पॅक्ट टिश्यूजने तयार झालेला आहे, whereas internal part of the bones is made up of cancellous tissue. It is varies from bone to bone. म्हणजे याचं टेक्स्चर जर तुम्हाला स्टडी करायचं असेल, कॉम्पॅक्ट आणि कॅन्सिलसचं टेक्स्चर ते प्रत्येक बोन मध्ये वेगवेगळं असू शकतं. बोन टू बोन व्हेरिएशन असतं. त्याचबरोबर एका बोन्स मध्ये सुद्धा वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी कॉम्पॅक्ट आणि कॅन्सिलस टिश्यूचं प्रमाण हे वेगवेगळं असू शकतं. इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द नीड of or the structure of that bone. Compact tissues are very porous ones, and cancellous tissues are having larger cavities because they have slender fibers. Slender fibers. These are the physical characteristic features or the physical properties of the bone. अजूनही आपण कुठल्याही बोन्सच्या स्टडीला गेलेलो नाहीये. We are still talking in general, or we are still talking about the fundamentals of the bones. Okay, introductory part of the bones. These are physical property. Now, what about एक मिनिट मी एक फोन घेतो. Right. Sorry for disturbance. We shall talk again about now chemical composition of the bone. Physical properties finished. Now chemical composition means which are the chemicals present in the bones. Chemical composition of the bone. You can also write along with me. I am writing on the board. Chemical composition. Now bones are made up of two things. One, organic components, and other, inorganic components. Okay. Now, which are those organic, which are those inorganic components we shall write. Organic components includes cells also. Okay, cells are also comes under organic components along with other chemicals. So organic components are number one, osteogenic cells. Number two, osteoblast. Number three, osteoclasts. Number four, osteoid. Osteoid. Okay, these are the different types of cells come under organic part. Along with that, some other components like the things what we have written earlier, like proteoglycans, glycoproteins. या आधीच्या लिस्टमध्ये जे लिहिलेले आहेत ऑर्गॅनिक कंपोनंट्स एक्स्ट्रा सेल्युलर मॅट्रिक्स मध्ये लिहिलेले आहेत बघा ते जे आहेत ना म्हणजे आपण रिपीट करू शकतो ते कुठले आहेत प्रोटिओग्लायकन्स ग्लायकोसॅमिनोग्लायकन्स glycoproteins osteonectin and osteocalcin. All these components are also organic components present in the organic part or under organic part. Now, which are those inorganic components? Those are calcium phosphate. The first one is calcium phosphate. And second, calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Then calcium fluoride. Calcium fluoride, FluorIde. And magnesium phosphate, MgPO4. मी शॉर्ट मध्ये लिहितो magnesium phosphate. Along with that, in a very micro component, there are also calcium chloride is also present. CaCl4. Calcium chloride, I don't know exactly whether it is CaCl4 or CaCl2. You can check it later. But the thing is, sodium, sorry, not calcium chloride, it is sodium chloride. See, NaCl2. Wait. Na sodium NaCl2 NaCl4, that is calcium chloride, okay, not calcium, sodium, still making mistake. Let me remind you once again all these components in under organic composition. The osteogenic cells are there, osteoblasts are there, osteoclasts, osteoid. These are the cellular types present under organic composition, and the rest of them we have already listed. Those are proteoglycans and all that. On the inorganic side, there is a calcium phosphate, calcium carbonate, calcium fluoride, magnesium phosphate, and sodium chloride. These are the components present in the bones as a chemicals. So these chemicals are present in the bones, and earlier one was the physical properties. How physically the things are present inside the bones, or how the bone is made up of. So far, we have seen the introductory part of the bone. We have seen the structure of the bone. It is made up of cells and extracellular matrix. We have also discussed about the physical properties of the bones, and we have also discussed chemical composition of the bones that make the complete bones. Now, in the next lecture, we shall discuss about the functions of bones. How do they help us? How do the bones support us or our body? And if bones would have not present in our body, what would have been the condition? So everything we shall discuss in the next lecture, as the students are also less today. So we shall stop here for this lecture, and in the next lecture we shall continue with the functions of the bones. Is it clear to everybody the things what we have learned today? If yes, you can tell me something about what we learned today. आज काय आपण शिकलो त्याचे टायटल्स मला सांगा बरं. फार आपण पॉइंट्स घेतलेले नाही, खूप कमी घेतले.